this man makes $12 an hour. It will take him about 37 minutes to fill this brine tank with salt. That's 20 cents a bag. The water conditioning system takes 75 bags each week for 52 weeks. That's 4,000 bags a year, or $800 for the labor alone, assuming his bag holds out and you don't have to figure in a workers' compensation claim. The pallet holds 30 bags. It costs about 20 cents per bag to forklift a pallet from the warehouse onto the truck, deliver it to the job site, and get it inside. That's another $800. It costs about 3 cents each to get rid of those empty plastic bags, $120. And it costs about 40 cents more per bag to buy salt by the bag instead of in bulk, which makes another $1,600 a year for the salt. In short, if you're adding salt to your water conditioner by the bag, you're putting about $3,300 into the system unnecessarily each year you own it. In 3 years' time, that's $10,000. In 10 years...
About 7 years ago, I was looking for a way to solve the problem of handling salt for our boiler water softeners. And we were loading about 500 or 600 pounds a day. And I had started looking at different ways to convey the salt, and I had our purchasing agent looking for me. And one day he introduced me to Ben Cope. Ben brought me this system that was really very simple. It was a tank in the ground with a pump, and it would just pump the brine solution into the softener on demand. It's been very successful for us. It eliminated all the handling I needed to do. It has basically automated that and made a labor-intensive operation go away. And we've been happy with it all these 6 years. It's really very simple. I don't know why someone hadn't thought about it before.
Here, there are no bags of salt to store, or empty bags to get rid of. No pallets. No deliveries inside. No need to pay someone to pour salt into a tank. Salt is fed into this system automatically through the patented Cope Automatic Brine Delivery System. Once the Cope system is installed, trucks deliver salt to an outdoor, underground bulk tank without taking up your storage space or interrupting your operations. The tank can be located anywhere on the property for easy access, and when the salt mixes with water to make brine, it is stored underground in the bulk tank until it is needed. Then, when a sensor in the brine tank records a drop in levels, it signals to a pump, which draws brine into the softening system from the storage tank. When the water level is running low in the bulk tank, a float switch activates a valve, which then allows fresh water to refill it.
As consulting engineers, we like the Cope Automatic Brine Delivery System for several reasons. The first being that it provides the owner with an easy, simple way to receive and store his salt for the water softening system, saving him man-hours and offloading the salt and moving it around the facility. The second reason is it's easy for the contractor to hire the Cope company to do all the installation and startup of the system during the construction phase. And thirdly, as engineers, we find it simple to specify and detail on our documents. The Cope company provides all the necessary information that we need. We've used it on several projects. Most importantly, we've used it on schools where the school district must receive salt and move it to different schools. This way it saves them a lot of time and labor moving it around. We've also used it on nursing homes and apartment buildings. So it is amazingly simple, and we're surprised that nobody has thought of it before.
The brine system is fully automated, and so is Cope's service. You'll never have to phone in an order for salt. Cope trucks fill your bulk tank on a schedule based on your use, which of course is adjusted as necessary. No matter how much you use or how difficult road travel is, Cope guarantees you'll never run out of salt.
We had
have water softeners put in. And at the time, we only had one place that was available, which was used for storage as well as TV equipment, telephone equipment, and also that's where the main water supply came into the building. And that's really the only place that we could put it, and it's worked out very well. In that room, we can't have any form of salt in a powdered form. It has to be liquid. And by using COPE system, it all comes into the building in a liquid form to where we don't have any danger of anything corroding or rusting on our phone equipment as well as our video equipment. And really, it's so simple that I don't understand why somebody didn't come up with it before us. It's a very neat system.
For half a century, the Cope family has supplied and serviced high-quality plumbing and heating systems in south-central Pennsylvania. Cope's takes great pride in upholding their tradition of honest quotes and old-fashioned craftsmanship. And the same dedication goes into every water conditioner and automatic brine delivery system Cope manufactures, assembles, and services.
I guess 6 or 7 years ago, we were having a lot of problems here with corrosion in the pipes and maintenance problems due to hard water. And we wanted to install a water softener. We were soliciting bids. We called Ben Cope to come out and give us a bid. He introduced us to a system that I had not been aware of before. Having worked in a local hospital for a few years, prior to that, my experiences with water softeners were carrying big heavy bags of salt up and down stairs, throwing them into the brine tank and that sort of thing, and I did not want to get into that here, but we really felt we needed a water softener. So when Ben introduced us to the system where we would have the salt tank would actually be outside underground and the brine would be pumped in automatically, that pretty much sold us on the system right there. I've never had to carry a bag of salt. We've had it in for over 7 years now. I've never had to carry a bag of salt. He comes out and fills it up on an automatic fill. We're not bothered with it whatsoever. And I guess the real nice thing about it is it's even cheaper to buy it that way because we buy it bulk. When I first received information on the Cope automatic brine system, I couldn't believe that somebody hadn't thought of this before.
The Cope automatic brine delivery system, the first development in water conditioners that completely frees you from having to handle brine tank salt. This simple automatic system requires none of the valuable space usually reserved for storing pallets of salt bags. Since you have no bags to handle, you don't have to pay anyone to handle them, and you pay no premium to have your salt bagged. That adds up to a lot of man-hours and a lot of money. In fact, most installations pay for themselves within the first few years of operation.
We've always had problems with salt water in the softeners. One day Ben Cope came in and introduced a new system to us that we really liked, and by incorporating Ben's new system, we now have salt water on a consistent basis. We eliminate the problems of hard water, and we supply 3 big softener banks here at the Lancaster General Hospital, plus our cooling towers that we also use salt water to help keep up on the cleanup, and that has saved us many hours of labor also. When I first heard of Ben Cope's new brine system, I really wondered, why didn't anyone else think about that? Because it's so unique and it works so well, and as we tried it, it has just been the cat's meow.
To you, from the Cope Company. For more than 50 years, we've built our reputation, one job at a time.